Welcome to a new episode with ideas and insights. Find the strategies, tactics, and tools for your success in your initiative, project, and campaign. You are listening to the IdeaCast with your host, Tom Wittig. Hey, hello, and welcome to another episode of the IdeaCast. Last week in the IdeaCast, we had a special topic about strategic workforce planning. And this is really all about having the right people with the right skills in the right place at the right time. Now, it sounds really easy, but as most people know in their day-to-day work, that's really at the core of every organization. But it's not only about that. It's really about the long-term development of the organization, because no organization can survive if more people are leaving the organization or retiring or being hired away by another competitor, and you don't have an inflow of talents, new people, experts into your organization. Now, what we discussed about this topic are a few scenarios. So to get us started, we talked a little bit about three major areas which are happening right now. One is very common. It's the battle for talent. As more and more businesses are gearing up for digital and business transformation, they require new skills and new ways of doing things, new digital skills. So there's a shortage of digital talent, for example, in organizations. And likewise, in organizations, when people have a passion for digital transformation, digital marketing, for example, and they can't find what they're looking for in your organization, then it could flip side and people run away. So then the situation usually gets a lot worse. Another area is in outsourced delivery. A lot of companies are using that right now in nearshore, offshore delivery locations. And this is really about getting more flexibility in the delivery capacity. But there are also what I find in looking at some of the businesses that are working with outsourced delivery, or those who are running an outsourced organization, it's really important to understand the dynamics, because it could very well happen that you are growing the business, you see an increasing demand, but you're forced to hire, for example, college graduates, which naturally don't usually have the same level of performance as senior experts with 10, 15 years of experience, for example. And what happens over time is that you see a gradual change, or sometimes a dramatic change in performance and also financial impact. So I'm showing a couple of scenarios there. Then a third area, which I found personally very interesting, but also very challenging, is in the area of supply chains in the healthcare market, for example, or the healthcare industry. So think about, for example, also international organizations who are, let's say, delivering healthcare services, let's say somewhere in Africa. It can only work if two things happen together. One is the supply chain for materials, so everything from scissors to hospital beds and things like that, but also skilled labor. So you need to have nurses, doctors trained in order to deliver the services. Now, that's a double challenge when you have two supply chains. And usually what you find in supply chains is that they are fluctuating over time, they're oscillating. And this is especially true when you have two things coming together, the physical goods and the people supply chain. So I'm showing let's say system dynamics diagram in the video briefing, so you may want to check that out. And then there are also some let's say first scenario simulations. We'll do more of that as we move forward in this topic. But I'm showing in a simple what we call a bathtub model how the pool of experts, for example, is impacted by the different parameters. And these are sometimes non-intuitive changes over time. So when you get 10 people in a room and you ask them, okay, how is this group of experts developing over time, given the following assumptions, from 10 people, you probably get 20 opinions. And that's an important thing, because we need to really understand how the dynamics of the organizational cohorts are developing over time, because only then can we make informed hiring decisions. So again, hiring the right people is important. So you need to decide, for example, if you want to hire beginners or college graduates, or experts with 10, 15 years of experience, or senior leaders in the organization, for example. It's all a matter of change over time. So that's why we call it the dynamics of workforce planning. Now, in conclusion, what we wrapped up with in that particular episode were a number of success factors. So I'm not going to rattle down all of them. You find it in the presentation or in the related briefing center. I might actually post the presentation there. I think that's a good idea, because a lot of people ask for it. So critical success factors are, of course, first to understand what does your performance scenario look like. By performance scenario, we mean how do likely futures look like. So how is the workforce evolving over time, given different assumptions about what's going to happen? Then, of course, critical is forecasting for demand and supply. So you need to make an educated guess or an informed decision about what you believe the demand situation is going to be a month, a quarter, a year, 2 years down the road, right? And then, of course, when it comes to implementing and executing, you need to make informed decisions and also allocate and reallocate resources as you move forward, of course. So that all requires that you have a mental model of what your workforce is going to look like. Now, there's more to say about that, and I have already another idea about the next topic that I want to come up with, which is more about workforce planning under uncertainty. So I show you a little let's say, approach and how to deal with that. But what can you do in your own organization is to basically start with what I call a demographic checkup. So take a look at what the composition is of your organization, what are the different cohorts, and how are they changing over time. And then based on that, I think it would be prudent to conduct a performance scenario planning exercise. So let me know what you think about this topic and how it impacts you in your industry, in your organization, and in your job role, and what you see as the major key insights and also the challenges. So I'm looking forward, as always, to hearing from you, and take a look at the show notes for some links to further material about this topic. As always, good luck. When you're looking for help to surface data and turn them into actionable insights, please check out WITTIGONIA Insights. Our data and system science practice specializes in data analytics, dashboard design, system dynamics modeling, and stakeholder research. We provide a range of services from simulation, analysis, and workshops. Discover more at wittigonia.com. Thank you for listening. I hope you find this episode interesting and helpful. Please rate and share this episode with your team, colleagues, and friends. You can find links to more information in the show notes of this episode.